Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the BTCC support race series on Project Cars 2. This is race 3 from Donington Park in the Clios, and let's take you through the grid then. So on pole position we have Gummy Bear on pole position with Neil Farmack alongside him. Then we've got Stevie 3rd, SHAREfactory 4th, Johnny McMullen in 5th with George alongside him. Then in 7th it's Keith with Bradders alongside him. Then it's Bidzster, followed by Video, and then we've got Blakeney and NRP at the back of the grid. So let's get on with the race then. Here in the Clios, race starting now. Gummy Bear gets a good start off the line, very good start. In fact, a bit of contact further back between Blake and NRP in the middle, and then down towards Redgate. We've got 3-1 almost not going there. Johnny McMullen on the inside. Neil getting bullied by Johnny McMullen, I think. And just a bit of contact between the two. Down the hill we go. Down the crane of curves. Oh, contact further back. And we've got Keith spinning on the grass. And he's going to come back across and hit someone, I think. Is he? I don't know. But there's been contact there. The cameras go funny. There's George. He's got SHAREfactory going around the outside of him. Bidzster's up to 7th. Keith's right back in the order now. Then we've got Johnny McMullen challenging Stevie for the lead. And we've got George and Bidzster there together. And into the lead goes Johnny McMullen. I think he has gone into the lead. Stevie's behind him. As the cameras suck here, but Stevie's in the lead. Johnny McMullen defending from Gummy Bear now into Coppice. And back through Coppice we look at George. He's in 6th place. Bidzster's up to 5th now, so Bidzster's had a cracking opening lap here. As we look at Bidzster down towards the chicane, it's Stevie in the lead from Johnny McMullen. Gummy Bear in 3rd, SHAREfactory 4th, Bidzster 5th over the curbs. Nicely done there. Then we've got Neil Farmack further back in this next group with Blakeney behind him. So we'll just get a replay of that first lap action for you now. Okay, here's the replay of the first lap incident then with Keith and Bradders. So Keith's in the green car ahead of us. And look, they just make wheel-to-wheel contact and the magnetic effect starts off like it does on Project Cars. Keith spins and then ends up hitting another car, goes sideways and off onto the grass and loses a lot of time. Here's another replay of some first lap action. So into old hairpin, Stevie gets a good run and then attacks his teammate. Bang, bang, have that. Attacks his teammate, and that's how Gummy Bear went backwards. And then Johnny McMullen takes advantage around the outside. Then he goes to the inside for Schwantz. Round the inside at Schwantz, we've got Stevie on his right. There we go, into McLean's we go. Side by side, and Stevie just takes position. But that's how Gummy Bear went back to 3rd. As we come back from that then, it is Stevie from Johnny McMullen. Gummy Bear right behind him. Whoa, sliding the car out there. Really close stuff as SHAREfactory makes a mistake and Bidzster gets up the inside. Bidzster takes position there. Up to 4th place goes Bidzster. Gummy Bear down the hill through the crane of curves down to old hairpin. Bidzster sliding the car on the way in. Just loses a bit of time there. SHAREfactory will close up to the back of him. Where is he? There he is. Right up Bidzster's bumper. Trying to push him along in towards Schwantz and McLean. Stevie makes a little error there, but gets away with it. Into McLean. SHAREfactory goes at the inside. Bidzster gives him space, but Bidzster goes right around the outside. Have that stuffed up your jumper, SHAREfactory. As into Coppice we go. Bidzster falls behind SHAREfactory. SHAREfactory takes the line into the corner, and SHAREfactory takes it back from Bidzster. Meanwhile, further back we've got NRP and Neil and Blakeney having a nice little battle back here as well. So all very close. Further back down the order as well. Neil gets a good run on NRP down towards the chicane. Meanwhile, the front runners are already at the chicane. And Stevie is still in the lead from Johnny McMullen just, but they've got to watch the track limit penalties on the way out the corners. Meanwhile, back to the chicane with NRP and Neil's bit of contact there. And Blakeney's going to get a good run out the corner here and take him round the outside. Blakeney takes 10th place from Neil Farmack right round the outside, and they might even get NRP before the next corner. But just back to the other guys at the front. It is still a 4-car train for the lead. Then we've got George a bit separate there. Further back, Bidzster sliding the car through the crane of curves. We've got Gummy Bear closing up behind Johnny McMullen, who has a nice slide there at the corner. That's not going to help his speed up the hill. And Gummy Bear and Bidzster start to catch up. Up towards McLean's we go. Gummy Bear takes a little bit of a different line into there just to try and put some pressure on Johnny. Into McLean's we go. Gummy Bear gets a little snap sideways there. Oh, he's lost it! Gummy Bear's lost it on his own. Gone back in front of Bidzster. Bidzster has to brake to avoid, and Gummy Bear's off on the grass. He's round here somewhere. Let's have a look, see if we can find him. There's Gummy Bear, rejoining now. We're on board with him. So he's rejoined there at Coppice, and he's lost a lot of time there. Not good for him. Oh, there's another car off further back as well. That's Johnny McMullen. Johnny McMullen's gone off there as well, so he must have gone off himself as well. So all happened there by the look of it. And Johnny McMullen goes back. And up the inside of Gummy Bear, not wanting to lose position, slides in front of Gummy Bear. Then they both get out of the corner, both try and scramble for gears. And off they go. But we'll just get a replay on what happened to Johnny there. Okay, here's the replay what happened to Johnny then. Comes out of Coppice as Gummy Bear spins in the background. Then he just catches a wheel on the grass. Loses control of the car, goes backwards. And then just comes back onto the track, but luckily just hits the brakes as SHAREx goes past and then rejoins, but goes right back down the field. As we come back from that, George then gets a gift up to third place, and he's just got past, or he's just trying to pass for third place actually just now. SHAREx is alongside him. George's in the yellow and white car on the outside. SHAREx trying to keep the car on the inside, but can't quite do it there. Into the old hairpin and stays behind us. Neil Farmack and Blake Neer still having a nice little battle back here for 9th and 10th positions. They're quite close on track. Down to the old hairpin. Neil, nice line through there. Blakeney a bit sideways, not going to catch up doing that as George then and SHAREx are still close together. George having to defend from SHAREx. Remember, George, formerly known as Footman. And he's returned to the championship now after going off to have a kid. He's come back. Well, not him having a kid, but his wife. But he's come back and he's back with a vengeance, and he's just gone back down to 4th place. SHAREx takes 3rd. Meanwhile, Bidzster's all over the back of Stevie now. Bidzster versus Stevie again, which seems to be a regular occurrence in the modern day project cars. Races on LPB Racing, they seem to be quite close together all the time. Stevie doesn't get a very good run out of the corner. Bidzster closes up here. Right up behind him. Down the straight, down the crane of curves we go. Sideways goes Bidzster on the apex. That's how much he's trying. Into the old hairpin. Slides the car on the way in. Stevie takes a bit of a wider line there, but Bidzster doesn't really capitalise very well there at all. As meanwhile, back here we've got Bradders and a few other people further back. Very close stuff there. Down to old hairpin. Into the corner we go. Nice and nice line there from Bradders. Bit slow, but nice line. That could help Neil catch up as Bidzster now's right on the back of Stevie again. Close right up Joey McLean, and Stevie's gone off. He's lost it. Stevie's lost control of the car. Round he goes, and oh, he takes out SHAREx and he's rolled over. George then takes avoiding action. Now he's gone off. Oh, incredible. It's typical Clio's. If something happens, it generally starts a chain reaction, and SHAREx gets going, and George comes back across the track. Oh, whoa, a bit of an unsafe rejoin there, but luckily there were no one around. But wow, drama or what in this Clio race, as it always usually is with Clios, especially when there's more cars than real life in this one. But incredible scenes there. We'll get some more replay angles on that for you now. Okay, here's a view of the accident then on board with SHAREx from his helmet cam. Stevie loses control, Bidzster avoids, and Stevie comes back across and bang! Hits us and over we go. Sky ground, which way's up we don't know, on the side. And then we flip it back over and we get going. And there's George gone off there as well, but what a crash. Okay, here's the replay from on board with George then. So watch, you see Stevie loses it ahead. Bidzster avoids, Stevie comes back across. SHAREx has nowhere to go, bang! Hits him, and then we go to avoid them both. But then we go on the grass and lose control right where post 21 is. Bang! Off we go onto the straight. But then we decide to get going as there's traffic coming and go right across the track. Dangerous rejoin there from George, so I would imagine the steward will have a word with him. As we come back from that then, it is SHAREx back down to 5th place and Johnny back down to 4th after all that. And Stevie, yes, he lost it in the first place, but he's still kept in 2nd place, so well done to Stevie. Bidzster gets given the gift of a lifetime, and now he's in the lead of the race. So the order then is, so far, is Bidzster in the lead of the race. Stevie, around here somewhere, he's in 2nd place. There he is, just going through Schwantz curve there, so that's Stevie there. Then just behind him we've got Video, who moves up into 3rd place. Just shows you what can happen if you keep out of trouble. Then we got Johnny McMullen and Cyrex together. They're actually side by side coming into McLean's. Johnny McMullen on the inside, Cyrex on the outside, drifts around the outside and tries to go around the outside and wheel to wheel contact. Bang bang of that. Johnny McMullen takes the position though, so typical Clio fighting here. Really going for it, hammer and tongs, as Gummy Bear with George behind him now, so Gummy Bear's benefited from all that chaos and has gone back up into 6th place here. And he's now alongside Gummy Bear. George and Gummy Bear alongside each other down towards the chicane. George on the inside but not close enough to get the move done. Gummy Bear stays ahead in 6th, but he's run wide over the curb. He's going to lose time there. And George goes to the right. And on momentum, he should be able to get through before the corner. There he goes. He goes through before the corner. Just watch the aftermath of this. Down into Red Gate. There we go. George takes 6th place from Gummy Bear. And meanwhile, back here we've got Neil Farmack and Blakeney and co. Still back here. A bit close to the front runners now after those few mistakes. But still with a bit of way to go in this race. As Neil Farmack looks to try and go up the inside of Blakeney here, but he's not far enough alongside yet. Blakeney still keeps track position for now, down through the Craner curves. One mistake in these cars and you just go backwards. Plus the track limit penalties here at Donington are quite severe, as I think Blakeney must have gone wide onto the grass there. I'm not sure if he did, but he's lost speed. For definite, he's lost speed there. As we go on board with Neil Farmack. I love this onboard camera. It's just a shame it doesn't stay with it. Into McLean's we go. Now I'm not going to press any buttons, guys, and it'll disappear the camera in a minute. There it goes, it moves to another one. So, but that onboard view is beautiful. Reminds me of the old 90s, early 2000s onboard views, and it really, really brings a whole new element to racing. I just wish they'd stick me more of it in real life as well, because it is beautiful. It sees the driver at work and what the driver sees, and proper wheel-to-wheel racing. Down towards the chicane. Blakeney on the inside and Neil on the outside. And Blakeney goes over the curb a little bit there, but Neil gets his own little wobble himself and can't quite do it about it. George and Gummy Bear, and now George goes back to 7th place, Gummy Bear up to 6th. So positions change there. So Bidzster still in the lead of the race, coming up towards Schwantz curve. So he's teammates with Will in Will Power Racing, and Will unfortunately not able to make this week due to work commitments. So Bidzster's on his own for the team then. And then it's Stevie in 2nd place. He's teammates with Gummy Bear in Push and Pass Racing, and they are Stevie's a bit further up, and Gummy Bear's obviously had a bit of a struggle in this race so far, but he's still not doing too bad. Video independent on his own. Johnny McMullen, he's teammates with Bradders, and Bradders is a bit further down the order as well. As I think there's been a move made there. I think Bradders has just got past Neil actually. Yes, he has. Bradders gets past Neil. Neil goes back. Neil goes backwards. Oh, Bradders goes off himself. Bradders goes off, and that was a wheel failure. His wheel had a bit of a moment there, and he goes off, and then he goes back onto the track. Keeps no longer in last place, by the way, because NRP's gone down to last place now. Last place for NRP. Not a good race for him, but all change everywhere else. There's George and Neil now. Gummy Bear quite close together down towards the chicane. We've got George going through. Neil Farmack trying to sneak up the inside of Gummy Bear further back. See if we can have a look at this, if the camera catches up quick enough, as Neil loses that battle and Gummy Bear stays ahead. Really good action here in the Clios. And then Blakeney having to slow down for a track limit penalty. George having to slow down for a track limit penalty out of the chicane. And then slows down. Gummy Bear goes on the outside. Neil trying to go around the inside now as we go down the Craner curves through Hollywood there at the top of the hill. Now onto the Craner curves. And it's still George from Gummy Bear from Neil. They all closed up a bit there. And into the old hairpin. Gummy Bear's lost it. Gummy Bear loses it on the cut, and the turn just turns in too early, has to recorrect, and then loses the back of the car off into the old hairpin gravel trap, and resumes now in 10th place. So that's really, really ruined his race there. Not good for him, and Keith could probably smell another opportunity for more points. Meanwhile, back to the 7th place battle with George and Neil, a bit further apart now. And Stevie is trying to close in on Bidzster here. So Stevie's actually closing in on Bidzster here. So both the almost identical lap times last time round. 18.081 for Bidzster, 18.060 for Stevie. So Stevie's slightly faster, but Bidzster will not be going too fast because he'll just want to try and maintain the gap towards the end. He'll not try and push too hard down the Craner curves, but Stevie's pushing hard for definite. Into the old hairpin we go. Lovely bit of car control there from Stevie. Just sliding the rear end out, but that could be a track limit penalty, that, and he might have to slow down. Or if he doesn't slow down, the game will give him a penalty after the race, or during the race, and then we'll see after the race, because it doesn't appear on our telemetry screen. Through McLean's. And yep, he's slowing down now to try and get rid of it, so not good there for Stevie. Caught up and then has to slow down again. As Neil Farmack then right behind George again, so Neil Farmack seems to be having a bit of a rubber band effect in this race. He goes backwards, he catches up. He goes backwards, he catches up. So not good for Neil Farmack, but at least he knows he's got the pace. It's just a consistency that he struggles with this car as we go into McLean's. Nice line there from Neil Farmack through the corner, up towards Coppice, the blind entrance. Then you have to go for the apex and get your foot down, turn the car in, use the differential to your advantage, get the car to turn itself in. It's amazing with these Clios, even though with the front wheel drive, the more power you put on, the more they seem to turn. So it's the rear end that's the problem, just a bit of a dancey rear end on the car, but again, makes for aggressive touring car action. Really, really good racing as George there goes through the chicane, makes a mistake. On the way through the chicane, must have clipped one of the curbs too hard. And Neil Farmack goes towards the inside, George on the outside. Neil should get this move done quite easily up the inside, but George isn't giving up. Bang, bang, have that! Not giving up at all. George tried to squeeze himself back to the inside, and you can't quite do that, and Neil takes the position up to 7th place there. So, good move there by Neil. Just George a bit like you were saying there, don't pass me, you are forbidden. But Neil said, I'm not, I'm going through, whether you like it or not, sunshine. So Neil then takes 7th place. Doesn't get much of a good run up the hill though, but they are catching up to Blakeney slightly, so Blakeney could be in trouble here if Neil and George catch up to them. As Neil slides the car into McLean's, George takes a much cleaner line through there. He gets a good line up towards Coppice. He's right behind him now. He'll not have a look into here because he's not close enough. He'll try and get a good run onto the straight and then get a good line. Neil goes wide, George goes to the inside. But he's not alongside enough yet, but he's right behind him. Nose to tail stuff here at Donington Park. Down towards the chicane we go. And George isn't going to have a look. He's going to stay behind Neil Farmack here. Try and stay in line. Let's see if we can catch Blake. On to the last lap then we go. And Bidzster's already on his last lap. He's got 3.4 seconds to Stevie after he had to slow down for a penalty. And Bidzster 17.2 last time, so still pulling out fast lap times here is Bidzster. Through Schwantz curve into McLean's. And Stevie on the grass in the background, still trying too hard there. Bidzster sliding the car through the corner. Perfect car control there. And Stevie, more or less, well, not more or less doing the same, having to slow down for yet another track limit penalty and then get on with it, because he doesn't want to accumulate too many of them. Last video, and Johnny McMullen will be on him, and they're side by side through McLean's, I think, on the last lap of the race for the last podium slot. McMullen versus Video into the Coppice corner, sorry, for the last time, down the straight. But Bidzster is coming towards the start-finish line. He's going to win the Clio Cup race. Well done to Bidzster. He wins the Clios yet again. Bidzster wins. Well done to him. Stevie is going to be in 2nd place. He'll be happy with that. Keeps the championship close as he slides across the line. And Johnny McMullen and Video at the last corner. Johnny McMullen's ahead. He's done him. He's got past Video. As Video finishes 4th, Johnny McMullen 3rd. And then we've got Cyrex in 5th. And then we've got the Blakeney and Neil coming down towards the last corner together there, side by side. Blakeney over the curb, Neil into the side of him. Oh, desperate stuff, and Neil loses the back end of the car. More drama here at Donington Park, and George goes through to take 7th, Blakeney 6th, George 7th, Neil 8th. Really close finish there. And Gummy Bear's going to be here in 9th on his own. Unlucky for Gummy Bear, a bit of a bad race for him, but he goes across the line. Brad is behind him in 10th. Then it is going to be Keith in 11th, and NRP is going to round off the 12. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, but first we'll have a little look at those last lap actions. Okay, here's the last corner replay of what happened between Johnny McMullen and Video. So McMullen gets through on the straight, then he just gets a superior grip out of Coppice, gets a really good run, and then ends up taking 3rd, but even before he gets to the chicane. And now here's the second replay of Neil and Blakeney. Blakeney in the yellow car, Neil in the green one on the outside. Tries to go around the outside of him into the last corner. Blakeney goes over the curb. Contact as they meet in the middle. Neil loses control. George goes straight through. And 2 cars into one there just do not go. Racing incident, and Neil goes down to 8th. Okay, so here's the results then. It is Bidzster who wins the race. Well done to Bidzster. Stevie in second place. Johnny McMullen takes third from Video in fourth. Then it's fifth for Cyrex. Sixth is Blakeney, as we just go over the page. Then it is seventh for Neil Farmack. Eighth for George. Gummy Bear takes ninth. Bradders in 10th. Keith in 11th. And NRP rounds off the 12th. So as we come back from all that then, your winner of this race is Bidzster in the Clio. There he is. Bidzster wins the race. Well done to him. His teammate's not here and he still wins the race, so good for the team points. So well done to Bidzster, and we'll see you guys next time for race 4 in the Ginetta GT4 Super Cup. Take care, guys.